Hi friends, are you confused while selecting something, especially when it comes to the material for your interiors? Don't worry, I'm there to help you. Just follow the following set of guidelines and you will be through with your selection part as smooth as you can. But first, before you start choosing, understand why and where is it important for you to choose, and then let's see how to do it. So let's discuss ways of material selection for your interiors today. Coming right up. Hey, I'm architect Nilesh Sawant, having an experience in the field of architecture and interior designing for last 25 years. If you truly want to understand the field of architecture and interior design and want to know how it really works on site, then subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything. Any interior design project needs a lot of materials like wallpaper, color palette, flooring, sanitary fittings, etc. to be chosen and fitted on site. It also needs a lot of raw material like cement, pipe, wire, etc. So the question is, do I need to select everything right from a nail? It would be a clear no. For selecting any material or insisting on doing it, you must first understand the concept of exposure and enclosure. The material which get enclosed, for example, cement, brick, pipe, or electrical wire, such material don't need you to select. You may readily leave that to your designer and relax. But when it comes to the fittings and finishes, say for example, the tile, wall cladding, veneers, the upholstery, sanitary fittings, hardware, lights, windows, etc., you need to invest some time in it. This part can be referred as the exposure. But you might feel, I have hired a designer. Why do I need to do all this? Why am I needed for the selection? You are needed because it's your project. Your selection will represent your personality. Let's understand it better by a simple example. Consider your wedding. You have a wedding planner, but still you need to make selections. Only then he will arrange for it. Similarly, you may have a designer, but the selection of the materials should be as per your choice. The designer can definitely do it for you, but then it would be his choice and not yours. So, in this case, your negligence can lead you to the situation where you might not love your fittings and finishes. Or would you live with the thoughts like, I should have gone or I would have chosen differently? So, to simply avoid all these ifs and buts, one should get involved in the material selection. But once you have decided, the big question is how to do it. Is it a rocket science? It is absolutely okay to feel confused and lost as you don't do it every day. Start taking baby steps like number one, visit the market. The market is a buffet of items. Your visit to the market will give you a clarity of available trends and materials. Number two, talk to the vendor. Ask them questions, collect samples. This will educate you further. Number three, for technical clarity of the product, you may Google it and acquire a direct contact with the parent manufacturer. Number four, try not to leave primary selections of material to your designer's disposal, but involve him for the final selection. Number five, is your selection budget driven? You should definitely keep the budget at the back of your mind, but don't let it dominate your selection. Few materials might be over budget but beneficial for your project. Select them. Take a rational decision of quality over cost. Now let's see how to choose the material. Choosing something for your interiors might definitely be confusing. Follow few steps to pull yourself out of it. Number one, try to choose material that relates to the concept and vision of your project. Number two, always keep the design style of your project clear in your mind while choosing the material. Number three, the color palette gives a major effect on the overall look of the interiors, and it should be always be maintained throughout the selection process. Number four, one should also keep in mind the budget of the project while choosing the material. Number five, availability of a material in the market should be considered while making a choice. Anything that is widely available should be given a preference. Number six, once the selection is done, you might look into its after sales and maintenance policy before purchasing it. So choose wisely. After your selection, it is now time to finalize the product. Now let's see, how do we finalize the material? Finalization of the material will end your selection process. So here are few suggestions that may help you in finalizing the material. Number one, try to find the alternatives in that category to have better color, price, and quality choices. Number two, finalize the product after confirming its history and long presence in the market. Number three, use your good wisdom and ask for some discounts and try to know about the payment terms. The art of bargaining might get you good products at a better rates. But your raw material will be converted into a finished product by your designer. So kindly listen to your designer. Your involvement doesn't mean that you overrule your designer. The designer wants the interiors to look good as much as you want it to. You might have an experience of doing the interiors once or twice, but the designer does it every day. You may discuss your likes and dislikes with your designer. Your project is the end product of all the pains that you have taken through the process of its shaping. The materials that you select has a cascading effect on the budget, timeline, and overall look and feel of the space. So choose wisely. The market may seem like a huge sea of fish in disguise of products, but if you follow the above set of guidelines, it will be a lot more easier process to find your catch. If you enjoyed this video, then see similar videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy shopping and designing.